Greetings and welcome to Pop Culture Beast's Halloween Horror Picks. I'm your host, Ryan Stockstead, and today's episode is brought to you by Lusty Kitten Productions, the brainchild of Los Angeles and Denver-based burlesque performers Spy Kitten and May Lust. They do fandom events with a lusty twist, celebrating all things geeky while embracing a platform of body positive, sex positive, gender positive, and queer positive inclusivity. They're going to be at Colorado Horror Con and Halloween Film Festival in Denver, Colorado, producing the VIP horror burlesque show on Halloween night. So be sure to check them out if you're in the area. And definitely be sure to like Lusty Kitten on Facebook and follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Lusty Kitten, fandom events with a lusty twist. Now, imagine it's 1988. It's been 10 years since Halloween jump-started the slasher genre and changed the face of horror. You're a recent film school graduate of Western Kentucky University, literally the site of John Carpenter's boyhood home. You're living in Los Angeles, and you're sitting on a pile of screenplays that you've written but never sold, and you're trying to come up with a low-budget concept that you can turn into your first feature film. What movie do you make?
In a haunted house on a Haunted-ween. It's the biggest party there's ever been. It's time for rock and it's too old. We're just dying.
Oh my God, Haunted-ween, 1991. It was shot on 16mm in Kentucky in the summer of 1989 with a budget of around $65,000. And along with South Florida's Satan's Children from 1975, Haunted-ween is among the most thoroughly enjoyable, low-budget, regional horror films I've ever seen. It's not exactly a good movie, but it sure is a hell of a lot of fun.
Welcome to hell, my friends. Nails.
Nails!
Paint.
Paint!
And most important, beer.
The movie was written and directed by Doug Robertson. He's the film school graduate I mentioned at the top of the show, and while he may not have gotten rich and famous in the process, he sure did make an enduring movie. It was produced, edited, and DP'd by Cory Lash, who certainly deserves much of the credit for the look and feel of the film. It stars Brien Blakely, who later became a television host and is now a news anchor in Seattle, and Blake Pickett, who did a bunch of Z-grade schlock over the years, including The Exotic House of Wax, the dramatic stripper-sploitation Confessions of a Lap Dancer, the bikini sex comedy Can It Be Love, and the horror sci-fi parody They Bite.
I just didn't know how much you meant to me until I thought I'd lost you.
Kurt, you never lost me. You had me the whole time. You just didn't know it.
But the real star of the picture may just be Brad Hanks, who is now a lawyer with absolutely no other credits to speak of, which is a shame because he steals the movie, at least for me. Your mileage may vary. In fact, your enjoyment of the entire movie may depend largely on your tolerance level for Brad Hanks. He's very broad and over the top. I wouldn't say he's as obnoxious as, say, Eddie Deason or Gilbert Gottfried, but he is certainly a character.
Hanks, you're in charge. Meeting adjourned.
What? Man, this isn't fair. I burned up all my brain cells thinking up the idea. Now I got to do all the manual labor. Is anybody going to help me with this? This is bullshit.
A lot of people think he's faking that southern accent, but that's how he really talks. If you watch the special features, he is just like that. Anyway, I love him. I think he should be in every movie ever made. In an alternate universe somewhere, Haunted-ween was a hit, and Brad Hanks is now a major movie star.
I see a couple of things I need to attend to, Junior. We'll see you later.
So the movie is about a bunch of frat guys who are going to lose their fraternity if they can't come up with $3,700 in the next 30 days. They eventually decide to throw a haunted house to raise the funds, only they don't know that the house they're using is owned by a crazy slasher killer named Eddie Burber.
Welcome to the house of horror.
Much like Michael Myers in Halloween, Eddie Burber killed a girl when he was a kid and then disappeared for a few years. Now he's back, all grown up, wearing a Halloween mask, and itching to kill again. The film culminates at the haunted house, where Eddie Burber has decorated his kill room in preparation for the paying customers. Unbeknownst to them, Burber isn't part of the make-believe show. He's killing his victims for real, to the excited, gleeful applause of the Halloween crowd.
Hang him! Let him hang!
Stop him! Stop him! He's killing us! This is real! God! You bastard! You prick!
The movie ends with an on-screen promise of a sequel, but since Haunted-ween lost money, Haunted-ween 2 was never made. Now, some 25 plus years later, there's new talk of a sequel and a return to the Burber house.
I give you the key to hell. This will be a killer haunted house.
Nebraska filmmaker Dustin Ferguson announced in 2014 that he has permission to do a sequel. Dustin's previous credits include Cheerleader Camp to the Death, The Legacy of Boggy Creek, Doll Killer, and a bunch of others. He churns out low-budget horror movies, usually 3 or 4 a year, and he clearly has a passion for these kinds of movies, so I think he would make a great fit for Haunted-ween 2. I wish him the best, and I really hope the movie gets made.
About 20 years ago on this very property, a little girl was murdered in that haunted house.
Haunted-ween might not be the best horror movie of all time, but it's undeniably fun, and it absolutely benefits from the passion and earnestness of its creators. It's totally evident that the people making the movie are having a really good time, and that bleeds into the film and hopefully carries over to the audience. If you like other low-budget regional cult films of that era, such as Horror House on Highway 5 or The Nail Gun Massacre, give Haunted-ween a look. I think it's much better than those films and actually would make a really nice double feature with Jeff Lieberman's movie Satan's Little Helper, another horror gem in which the line is blurred between wholesale murder and good, clean Halloween fun. I watched the 20th anniversary DVD that Doug Robertson put out back in 2011. I highly recommend this. It comes with a 45-minute makings of documentary, as well as a fascinating director commentary. You can and absolutely should buy this directly from Hauntedween.com. Now, this version does differ slightly from the original VHS. The opening scenes have been slightly rearranged, the original title card has been changed, as well as some of the credits, and the original VHS specifies that the events take place on Halloween, whereas the DVD sets the action on the fictitious holiday of Haunted-ween. There's also a VHS reissue from VHS is Dead, but I haven't seen it, and I have no idea if it retains the original VHS content or if it uses the new DVD version. But no matter which version you watch, you're going to have a good time.
By the way, Eddie, nice mask. Looks real scary.
We're doing a special Audience Choice episode this season. We put together a huge list of horror movies. Check it out, then pick any and all that you'd like to see us review, and we'll cover the highest voted movie in the penultimate episode of Season 2. But be sure to vote by this Sunday night or Monday morning at the latest, because on Monday, we're going to consolidate your votes and launch a new poll with just the top 10. Thanks again for watching Pop Culture Beasts Halloween Horror Picks. I'm Ryan Stockstead. Be sure to like Halloween Horror Picks on Facebook and subscribe for new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Pop Culture Beast YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Watch horror movies. I'll see you next time.